Actually, let me know when I have to start.
Can we start now, ma'am?
Can we start with now?
First, we will introduce you, then you start.
Okay. You are not audible actually sometimes. The audio is not clear to me.
Shall we start now, ma'am?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Hello, everyone present here virtually. I am a Sakshi here, and I welcome you for all today's session, which is titled as Career in Economics. And presenting this session, we have with us our today's expert, Dr. Ila Chaturvedi, ma'am. Ila Chaturvedi, gold medalist, is working as a visiting faculty of economics. She has a vast experience of over 15 years of teaching economics and management subject in a different management institution. She has supervised more than 50 students of MBA final year. For their dissertation, she has survived a seminar papers on a topic of academic and contemporary interest on a national and international level. She was conferred upon the award of the Best Faculty 2009. You may start now, ma'am.
Thank you, Sakshi, for introducing me. So, as she has told that I am an expert in economics, I would be giving a small, mindful, you can say, insight on what are the different career in economics. But before going into the career in economics, I would like to tell you what's the outline of the today's presentation. So initially, we will be starting with what is career planning, what are the steps required for career planning. Then we will be narrowing down our presentation to economics itself, wherein we will be taking what are the different courses available in economics in bachelor's, in master's, as well as in PhD courses. We will also see the survey taken by the Ministry of Education regarding the enrollments in different courses throughout India. We will also be watching what are the different career prospects in economics, what are their pay scales, and then we will be coming down to CUET, that is Combined University Entrance Test, which is slated to be held in the month of May-June. So herein I start with the career in economics. So guys, what is career and what is career planning? We might have heard so many times we are switching a job from one place to another. I want to make a shift in the career. So what exactly is job and what exactly is career? Job, guys, is basically a short-term goal, whereas career is basically a long-term goal. Now, what are these short-term goals and what are these long-term goals? Short-term goals may be to have enough means to complete your financial needs, to fulfill your desires, to fulfill your ambitions. But whereas career is a lifelong process. It's a continuous process. It's an ongoing process. It's an ardent process. It requires a toil. It requires your sweat for over a long period of time. Its career is both a beautiful as well as an ugly word. Beautiful in the sense it gives you success, it gives you money, it gives you fame. Ugly, that is behind the curtains, you have to burn the midnight oils. You have to work hard in order to get success in your life, in order to get what you actually want from your life, what your parents want from you, what your siblings, what your wife, what your husband, what your spouse needs from you. So basically, it consists of the activities and actions that will help you to achieve your ambition and career goals. It helps you to develop the skills, you will have to identify what skills you are having, in what skills you are proficient, in what skill you are expert in, so that you are able to achieve not only the short but also the long-term objectives. So here, career planning assists in outlining what kind of job would you like to do. That is, you want to go for freelancer, you want a 9 to 5 job, you want a white collar job, or something else. So it involves exploring your abilities and interest. It also strategizes your planning. That is, what is your course of action? That is, in order to achieve the long-term goals, you might have to break that particular goal into small goals so that you are able to fulfill your career aspirations. Now, career planning is very important at a particular stage of life. Though we have witnessed a number of shifts, a number of shifting from one job to another, from one career to another, from the point of view of working professionals. That is, after spending around 10-15 years, they want a career shift. They did not like what they have done before. So that means career planning at the right stage is highly important. I would like to give you one small example. Let's say you are a novice driver, right? And you want to go to X place. You want to go for a solo trip. But you have forgotten to download the Google Maps a night before. And you started with your journey. Now, you've forgotten what the route is. The internet is also not working. The mobile battery is not charged. Still, you kept on moving, and instead of reaching X, you somehow reach the Y place. After reaching Y place, you come to know, oh, that's not the place where I have to go. Oh, I have wasted my, time. I have wasted my energy. I have wasted so many things. Now, after downloading the Google map, once the internet has been restored, you moved to X place. So what actually you have lost? You have lost your time. You have lost your energy. And you have lost your money. So better be ready for your forthcoming life. So there are certain steps to which you people have to adhere to in order to plan your career for a lifetime. So what are the steps here? The first is know yourself. You very well know yourself. That is, you have a flair for writing. You are good at quantitative techniques. You are good in communication skills. So better to know yourself. Please do not go for the herd mentality that your cousin is doing this particular course, I'll also do. Do not come under the influence of your parents. Oh, that he is doing engineering, I should also go for engineering. No. Maybe you are good in fine arts. Maybe you are good in economics. Maybe you are good in psychology. So better, you should know yourself. For this, you can go for certain aptitude tests. You can go for IQ tests and so on. Now, once you have understood your abilities, once you have understood your skills, try to explore those careers. Try to explore the careers which require those particular skills. For example, let's say you are good in analyzing the data. In that case, the quantitative economics, the data sciences, the business economics would be an ideal choice for you. So try, explore careers. Next, after exploring the careers, try to do the research for those careers. Research here means what are the necessary skills you want? What are the necessary skills that particular career wants? Whether you would be able to meet your short-term goal as well as the long-term goal with them, with those particular career. You can even talk to the industry experts. That is, what are the placement? How is the job like? Do the SWOT analysis. That is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat. Do this analysis before you undertake a course. Then decide on a career. But please, always have 3 plans in your head. plan A, plan B, and plan C, so that you can divide your fuel, that is your money, that is the scarce resource. As Adam Smith says, no complaint, no complaint is more, no complaint is prudent as you are having the scarcity of money. So in that case, please divide your money on those plan A, plan B, and plan C, so that you do not have to waste your time and energy in switching from one job, from one career to another. And then, after deciding upon the things, please do take necessary action. Now, these necessary actions could be in which program you have to enroll yourself, right? Which college you have to go for, whether you are going for a distance learning program, whether you are going for an online program, or whether you are going for a regular program. So these are few things, few steps which a person should go for irrespective of the stream chosen. So now I'll be narrowing down myself to the economics and the areas of specialization. Now guys, those all who are watching must have a rough idea of what economics is all about. Basically, in a layman sense, right? In a layman context, economics is a subject, it's basically a subject of money, around which we say the entire economic science cluster. But no, economics is not only about money. It's about the current trends, it's about the past trends, it's about so many things. So we'll be watching out what are the economics and what are the different areas of specialization it gives. Now, what is economics all about? Economics basically has different definitions, has moved from Adam Smith to Robbins, right? So the proper definition, the most acceptable definition is that one has to undergo, one has to see, one has to use the scarce resources in order to fulfill the unlimited wants. That is, I want this also, and this also, but I am having so many, but I am having very less resources. So how am I going to optimally utilize that particular resource? Is the basic idea, is the basic subject matter of economics. These are the few areas of specialization in economics which you people can go when you are going for the undergrad courses, or even when you are going for the specialization in your PGs. So I have just taken a handful of them, the most important one, the most popular one, but beside this we are having few more. So the first one is the microeconomist. Who is basically a microeconomist? A microeconomist is a person who specializes in the working of the micro issues in a particular company, in a particular business. He is having the responsibility to have profits for the industry. He is going to minimize the cost of production. He is going to maximize the output. He is going to tell what could be the supply, what could be the demand for a particular product in a particular time period. So it's a most important area where one can specialize in. Then we are having the industrial economics or the organizational economist. Now guys, we are having different firms. And what is industry? Industry is basically the collection of firms, right? So every industry works in a different manner. Every industry is impacted by the unemployment, by the location of a particular industry. So everything is to be taken into that purview. Then we are having the macroeconomist. The macroeconomist basically looks out for the industry, for a nation as a whole, right? That is when we try to find out the unemployment rate, the population rate, the inflation rate in terms of economy. So there comes the role of the macroeconomist. He is the one who's going to tell how the US economy is going to impact the Indian economy, how the rate of change in exchange rate is going to is going to identify the problems within the country and the neighboring countries. Then we have the monetary economist, who is going to explain the working of the banking industry. That is how the cash reserve ratio, how the statutory liquidity ratio, how the national income is being calculated, and how it is going to impact the economy. Then we are having the public finance economist, a specialized person in taxes. He knows where to save the tax, where to give the tax, on what variables, if the government is you can say collecting the taxes, on what variables those money is being used, is being spent. Then we are having the international economist. They are having a specialization in the international financial markets. They have a wonderful knowledge on tariffs, on trade policies, on export duties, import duties, specialized economic zones, and so on. Then we are having the labor economist, that is basically a compensation manager, who on one hand try to maximize the output by minimizing the cost of production. Here, the cost of production would be the amount of money which is being paid to the labor, which is being paid to the wages, to the you can say to the blue collar people. And finally, we are having an econometrician, the one who is having a specialized knowledge in mathematics as well as economics, how the data is being analyzed, how the time series analysis can be used, what are the terms of association. These all are the subject matter of econometricians, and out of all these, econometricians is a basic the basic skill of econometrician would be to have mathematics in 10+2. Without that, you won't be able to get admission into econometrics. Now, these are the certain courses at UG level which in India we are offering in different universities. These are the Bachelor's in Business Economics, Bachelor of Art Honors in Economics. I would be taking the differences also, but just let go through all these. Then we are having BCom in Business Economics. Then we are having BCom Honors in Business Economics, and then we are having the BBA, that is Business Economics. So the basic difference between these three courses are that in BA Economics, you will be studying about the economics in particular. In Business Economics, there would be a mathematical concept which is being introduced in economics that you will be undertaking, whereas in BCom, not only economics but also the accounting subject, it could be cost accounting, it could be financial accounting, law, etc. you will be reading. And then we are having the BBA, Business Economics. Now in BBA, you will be basically the approach of teaching or by approach of studying BBA Business Economics is the case based. That is, we take more of the cases, more of the practical approach while understanding business economics if you are undergoing through BBA course. Now these are the few differences which I have jotted down, may be helpful for you to understand, that is after +2 which economics course you would undergo. The first is the BA Honors Economics. Guys, these give an extensive exposure to the principles, that is the theories and the application part of economics. Though in BA Honors, we will be having mathematics as one of the important subjects. Here in this case, in the third year, you can see here, I have written here, you will study only economics in your third or final year. That means you will have to specialize in one of the other areas of economics. The concentration of economics in BA Honors makes it different from BA Economics. Now, what actually is BA Economics? BA Economics is basically a BA pass subject wherein economics would be one of the subject of social sciences. For example, let's say a girl has taken admission in BA Economics, so maybe she is studying English literature, she is also studying psychology, and she is also studying economics. So the weightage of economics, the weightage of the you can say the syllabus of economics would not be very large. It would be large in terms in case if you are undergoing through BA Honors Economics. Then we are having the BA Business Economics. Herein It's basically the applied economics part. That is more about the practical application of the economics than the core concept and the theories of economics. That is, again, we are going to have the mathematics in 10 plus 2. Otherwise, you won't be able to get admission into business economics subject. Now, it is data centric. It includes branches like finance, business communication, marketing, financial management, and others. So in case if you people would like to go for the UPSC or for the civil services, it's better to go for BA Economics or BA Honors Economics. But if you want to go for the private sector, then definitely I would suggest you to go for business economics. Because in this subject, because in this particular course, you will be having a rough idea. You will be having a rough idea of what all other subjects are having and how with the background of economics, you can also handle the communication skills, you can also handle the marketing things, and you can also handle the HR thing, though there are so many. There are operation, strategic management, and so on. But BA Business Economics is certainly going to help in that. Then these are the courses which we are having at PG level. Now here I am talking only and only in the Indian context. I have taken care of only the Indian colleges, Indian universities which are offering economics at UG, PG and at PhD level. So these are the certain courses which in case if you're an undergrad, if you're a graduate, so you can go for one of these courses. It is MA in Financial Economics, MA in Economics, MA in Econometric, that is again you would be having a quantitative data analyst. Then you would be having the business economics. MA Applied Economics is basically a case-based economics, wherein in a particular case, like for example, we are having an inflation in Zimbabwe in 2008. So how the government of Zimbabwe has been able to rectify the problem of inflation. So that is a particular case would be given to you and you will be have to solve with the help of your economics skills or economics background. Then we are having Master of Science in Economics. Then we are having MBA in Business Economics. And finally, we would be having Master of Philosophy in Economics. Guys, Master of Philosophy, you would be able to get admission only and only if you have done the Masters in Economics. MPhil is basically a gateway towards a PhD degree. So once you have done the MA in Economics or MBA in Economics, then only you will be applicable, you will be eligible to take admission into the Masters of Philosophy in Economics. It's basically a coursework in case if you want to undergo for the PhD courses. Now in India, we are having two courses in economics at PhD level. One is the PhD in economics, wherein you can take any area. It could be public finance, it could be monetary economics, it could be public economics, it could be anything, industrial economics, and so on. Whereas in PhD econometrics, you will have to use the mathematical skills along with a particular set of specializations. So that will be considered as PhD in econometrics, highly useful when you are going for an economist job, highly important when you are going for a data scientist job in different business organizations. So here I have taken a particular, basically this is a table which tells about the enrollments at PhD, MPhil and PG level between 2017 and 2020. From where I have taken this, it has been taken from a site. It's basically a Ministry of Education site. An All India Survey of Higher Education is conducted on yearly basis under the name of Annual Status of Higher Education, wherein you can see the different courses, the number of enrollments in different years in PG, MPhil and PhD level. So you can also come to know how popular the course is. If we will be going from PG to PhD. So from postgrad, if you people can see, in 2017, it is the total number of enrollment were 96043, whereas in 2020, it is 1,377. that is increase in the 3% increase in the enrollments in MA economics or in MBA economics. All those who have taken economics as a specialized version in MA, I have taken all these, I have collateral all these things. Though in AMPHIL, if you can see, the number of people, the number of enrollments has come down from 1551 in 2017 to 897 in 2020. Now, guys, the reason behind this downfall is probably the NEP, that is the National Education Policy, has proposed the discontinuation of AMPHIL. Instead, what they have said, that the person who is undergoing for a PhD, they will have to do a coursework of 2 years, which is more or less similar to the AMPHIL course. This is the reason why there has been a negative, you can say, increase or decrease in the AMPHIL students. Whereas, if you can see, the PhDs have increased in economics, huge, a bumper 33% increase in merely 4 years. From 2017 it was 2414 and in 2020 it is 3216. So that means the number of PhDs has increased by 33% in economics itself. Now I'll be just giving you a handful of jobs which you can have by having an economics degree in your hand. So this is basically the career, and as per US Bureau of Labor Statistics, the employment of economists, the persons who are having a economics degree at the undergrad level, is projected to grow from 14% from 2019 to 2029 in 10 years. Think of that, how popular the subject is, not only in India but also abroad. So this is the first and the foremost career which an economics grad, which an economics postgrad always had in his dreams. It is the Indian Economic Service, the one who want to face UPSC interview once a lifetime should always undergo for the Indian Economic Services. For here, the basic eligibility is that you should be having economics in your graduation. It could be BA, it could be BCom, it could be BBA, it could be BA honors, anything. The role of the Indian Economic Service is basically to help the government in giving economic advices and how to implement the policy and programs devised by these people. Besides that, they also deal with the economic reforms. They also deal with price fixation. They also monitor that whether there is black marketing happening or not. If yes, then they have to stop it by any means. That is basically they become a government officers. Its job security will always be there. So these officers also provide link and continuity in policy making, which is essential even for a policy change. The next, here the pay scale would be around 56,000, which keeps on changing. It's the basic salary I am talking about. Then we are having the economist. That is where the average salary is 5.3 lakh to 42.3 lakh per annum. The journey of an economist, the career path of an economist is not only the safest but also the best. The economist, the role of economist, the job of economics, you people can find in the government portals. In different government offices, you will be finding out there are certain vacancies, even in the RBI, even in the banking industry, even in the business, even in the you can say all the financial sectors, all the financial organizations, they certainly have a post of economist. The objective of having economists in their you can say in their crew is that they are able to create the financial models and they are able to forecast the things on the basis of their findings. That is, they try to ascertain the things. They try to ascertain the things at present so that they do not face any problem in the future. In case if their findings say that yes, the business is going to have certain problems in near future, then They will also devise policy as how they can overcome, as how the banking industry can overcome from that. For example, we are having, you people might have seen on the TV that we are having the monetary policy. Every quarter there's a change in the cash reserve ratio, in the statutory liquidity ratio. So who are they? How it is being changed? Who changes it? It's basically the economists only. They try to find out the reasons behind it. They try to find out the reason behind the increase in inflation, behind the increase in the profit rate, wage rate, and then they predict the things. Then we are having the personal financial advisor. Now, guys, when I talk of economist, it's basically from the macroeconomic perspective, right? A huge thing is in front of me, and I'll have to devise the policy to see all the factors of an economy. But here, when having a economics degree in your hand, you can also become a personal financial advisor, wherein the average annual salary is 1.84 lakh, that is the starting range, and could lead up to 10 lakh per annum. Now, the primary objective of personal financial advisor is that an individual will be hiring you, right? An individual will be hiring you. For you people have to chill. As a financial advisor, you will have to chill on what things we can save our money, what are the different policies, what are the different mutual funds on which we can invest our money. That is, the entire finances of a particular individual would be taken care by you, right? You are going to help them. So it's basically an important one. It's an important role to budget the things, to invest the things, and how to go for the tax saving strategies. Then this is the most popular one, that is the economics teacher or the economics lecturer. So you can become an economics teacher in a CBSE school, in the ICSE school, where the requirement would be BA economics plus B.Ed, wherein one of the teaching subjects should be economics. But you can also go for the professorship, for the lecturership in the universities and the college. So herein you will be having two things. You will be having two parts. The first is the research part, where you will have to continue with the research. You will have to come up with the new findings of the old problems, right? On the one hand, you will be doing research, and on the other hand, you have to teach the students. You have to clarify the concept. You have to tell that in this particular problem of economics, we have to use this particular tool. You have to tell them that how you can quantify the problems, how you can solve the problems with the help of quantitative techniques. So this is basically the, you can say, the role of the economics teacher, wherein the average salary ranges between 2 lakh to 10 lakh per annum. But it's basically in the government universities, in the, you can say in the private universities, the salary could be much, much higher. You can even go to abroad in the faculty exchange programs. Then, this is a nice one. I like this one. That's a business reporter. Think of that. You are having a flair for writing, and you can also deal with data analysis. So you can deal the data, you can analyze the data as an outsider, and then you can write a report on that, right? So that is basically the objective of business reporter. What he can do, just quickly we will read it. It requires the ability to identify information and categorize them according to its relevance as to how it affects the public at a large. That is, let's say the government has started with a particular XYZ economic policy. How is it going to impact the different part, the different sectors of an economy? It could be a primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary sector. Similarly, how that particular policy is going to impact the households. We are having the lower income group, middle income group, higher income group. How is being affected? So all that thing can be analyzed by a business reporter only and only if he is having you can say the economics degree in their hands. Now, guys, economics is one of the subject which you people will be studying, even if you are studying architecture, even if you are studying engineering, even if you are studying law, even if you are studying fashion designer. So economics is the basic thing. Economics is the basic subject which each and every must know and should know. Then we are having the economics consultant. We have seen the economist who takes care of a nation as a whole. We have seen the financial advisor who takes care of an individual. And here comes the economic consultant. Now, the economic consultant will be hired by the business organization, by the private firms. There, the objective of them will be that how they can affect the business directly and indirectly. That is a change in the government policy and how it is going to affect the business. That is when demonetization happened. It was the economic consultants who were in great demand, as these were the people who could help the management as how to save the money, as where to invest the money. Because at that time, people were having very, very less money in their hands, and many business organizations have black money, which they have hide from the government. How to bring out that money in the market is also a prime, you can say, prime job of economic consultant. Then we are having the compensation manager. That is basically if you are having a BBA economics degree in your hand, wherein you have studied HR as a subject. So there are several other subjects like product manager and so on, wherein you will have to use the skills of economics, wherein you will have to use the theories of economics, right, in your day-to-day life. For example, let's say it's a compensation manager, or he or she belongs to the HR department, wherein the prime objective is to hire the people, hire the best in the industry at one time, and in the second time, they want to give less but competitive salary to the person hired. So, how does this happen? This could happen easily if the person has studied economics. We are having a production concept in which the producer, that is the business, try to maximize output at minimum cost. That means the manager would be compensating minimum, but at the same time, he should get the maximum output of the labor employed. So here, the average salary of the compensation manager is 4.85 lakh to 40 lakh per annum, depending upon the organization you have chosen to work for. Then we are having the quantitative analyst. That is the person who is having a mathematics or a statistics background. He should have a flair for data analysis. He should have the skills to use a particular data set to particular set of economics in order to solve the problems. So he or she develops and implements. That is, both the things need to be done. You can develop a particular model or you can implement a pre-used model so that the financial and business decisions about issues such as investment and pricings can be done. So what actually we all need? The first one is the strong abilities in mathematics and statistics. Then solid skills in data mining and data analysis. Extensive financial knowledge. That is, you should have a knowledge about everything. If you are going for, let's say, if you are trying to compare the inflation rate within India, that you should know in which year, what was the inflation rate? What were the reasons behind the increase in prices? What were the policies taken by the government? Were those policies effective? that only you would be able to analyze the data. And then you should also have the programming skill, that is basically the working knowledge of computers. Everybody is having now, so that's not a problem. Now, these are, guys, certain universities I have jotted down from where the people can go for graduation in economics. As you all must be knowing, in the month of May, June, we are having the CUET, that is Common Universities Entrance Test. All these universities will be taking that particular test, and then only passing on that you will be getting admission in the desired universities. So this part this part is basically the government colleges, and the right hand side part, that is Ashoka University, the Amity University, these are the private universities. So the first two will the fees would be a little low, because these are the government colleges, these are the government universities, and the private colleges, obviously you will have to use more of your pocket. Okay, so the first one, in case if you are able to take admission into Delhi School of Economics, it's you can say best thing which have been there in your life. Then we are having the Lady Shri Ram College for Women. We are also having SRCC, that is Shri Ram College of Commerce, one of the most prominent college from where the people can go for the economics course. Then we are having Hindu College, Hansraj College. This is only the universities in the Delhi NCR region. Mirinda House, Indraprasth College, and we are having DTU, we are having Jamia Millia Islamia, we are having Ambedkar University, Vivekanand Institute of Professional Studies, Ramjas College. In the private universities, Ashoka University, Amity University. Amity University is one of the universities where I have worked. It's amazing university, amazing faculties, amazing thing, everything. Then we are having the Jindal School of Government and Public Policy, that is OP Jindal Global University we are having. Then we are having the Shiv Nadar University, and then we are having the Christ University. Though the first you can say the first campus of Christ University was at Bangalore, but in Delhi also we are having a campus, and the economics course is also excellent. Then these are the again the universities which are offering graduation in economics. Some of them are also having PG degrees. Now these are the colleges. It's all over India except Delhi NCR region. So I have just taken into East India, West India, North or Central India, and then we are having South India. So we can have a quick look. In East, we are having in the St. Xavier's College, Kolkata, Presidency University, Kolkata, Jadavpur University, Kolkata, St. Xavier University, Kolkata, Heritage College, and Ashutosh College. In West, we are having Ferguson, Symbiosis College, Pune. We are having the Vert Peace University at Pune. And we are having IITs. IITs are also offering economics in their graduation courses. Then we are having NMIMS, School of Economics, where I am recently working. Then we are having in Baroda, we are having Maharaja Sayaji Rao University. In North India or in Central India, we are having University of Lucknow, Punjab University. We're also having lovely university. I've forgotten to write that. And in South, we are having the NMIMS, the other center, the other campus. And also we are having the Mahindra universities. So here I will be quickly taking out all those who are going for the CUET test. That is, I told you it will be in the summers. So what all syllabus, what all things you people have to keep in mind while preparing for the CUET exam. The first is the microeconomics. That is the entire microeconomics you should be aware of. That could be your demand, supply, consumer equilibrium, indifference curve analysis, elasticity of demand, elasticity of supply. You should also go for the numerical problem, because in case if you are going for the business economics or for the applied economics program, then the mathematics in your 10 plus 2 would be a compulsory. It would be compulsory. That means in case if you are not having maths in your 10 plus 2, but still if you want to go for you can say if you want to go for the economics programs, in that case please just search out what all universities are offering economics without maths in 10 plus 2. So that is the work which you people have to do. I'll be giving you a small worksheet through which you can understand what all things you would be needing for your career planning. Then you will also be understanding, you will also be learning, you should also prepare yourself for the national income, that is the calculation of national income, and it's you can say the fundamental concept you should be aware of, and the numerical problems, that is your GDP, NGP. You should be aware of the differences between gross and net, between factor cost and market prices, between the national and the domestic aggregates. All the methods you should be aware of, whether it is income method, expenditure method, or output method. Then we are having the macroeconomics part also in CUT, wherein you will be studying, or you will have to study the total demand, the total supply. Herein there would be difference between the aggregate supply and the total supply. Total supply is basically a microeconomic concept, whereas aggregate supply is a macroeconomic concept. Then you will also have to study about the propensity to consume, that is the complete multiplier process, the complete Keynesian theory you people have to study. And how you can rectify if there's an excess of demand or if there's a deficient of demand, from where you have to take the credit, what could be the difference made if there is a changes in the government policy. That's also you people have to study. Then in money and banking, that is in monetary economics, you should be aware of all the types of money we are having, that is M1, M2, M3 and M4. We can also look for the H power theory of money. Then what are the functions of the central bank? In our case, it is the Reserve Bank of India. So what are all the functions of central bank? Why the Reserve Bank of India is called as the mother of the commercial bank? How the central bank is going to help the commercial bank in times of need? How in turn the commercial bank is helping Reserve Bank of India in implementing the policies framed by it? So all these you will have to study before attempting the CUET test. Then these are also few things which you people have to see, that is the public economics, government budget and economic conditions. That is public finance. This is basically what are the revenue and what are the capital expenses, what are the planned and non-planned expenditures, what could be the government objectives of government budget, how government budget is different from the private budget, what are the meaning of the balanced budget, surplus budget, deficit budget. That all you people have to prepare for. Then we are having the balance of payment, that is the balance of payment account. What are the difference between the balance of trade and balance of payment? You'll also have to see that what are the advantages and disadvantages of the fixed and floating exchange rate. What are the countries? What countries have accepted the fixed exchange rate and what countries have accepted the floating exchange rate? We in India have accepted a mix of both. That is the managed floating exchange rate. And then we will have to see the development part of economics from both post-independence and post-1991, wherein the Manmohan Singh, the then finance minister, he had invited the foreign banks, the foreign business to invest in India. And that was a huge change in the Indian economy. And also have to see all the 5-year plans which had been taken. Though the 5-year plans are not working now, but still in a history of economics, you will have to see. Then you will also have to study the current issues, that is the poverty, human capital formation, rural development, employment. These are basically the current problems which an Indian economy is facing, and how these problems are being eradicated by the government of India. What are the different welfare programs, right? What are the different welfare programs launched by the current government and the previous government, and what change they are able to make. Then we are having the development experience in India, though it would be with the world economy, but in particular try to understand the relationship between India and Pakistan and India and China in particular. So this is basically the thing. But before that, I would share one more thing. It's a small worksheet. Just a minute. I'll share one small, yeah, this is a small career and education planning worksheet. Like guys, when you are planning for a career, when you want to enroll yourself in a good economics program in different institutions, you should need to understand what all homework you have to do in advance, right? So this is a small education planning worksheet which I have made. So the first thing is that you have to explore yourself, as I told you that the self exploration is the most important thing which you have to do. That is the top three skills. It could be prayer for writing. It could be you are very good in communication skills. Uh, you have skills for analyzing the data and so on. Right. So try to find out what skills you are having, what three things you are good in, then what are the top three interest areas you are having, whether you are interested in banking industry in case if you are going for an economics program, whether you are good or whether you are having an interest in the international economic events that the government keeps on making certain agreements with different countries. So how those agreements are going to influence the country and influence a particular industry. In case you are having such type of interest, then you have to jot down. Then related to this, what are the three occupations that you would like to explore further? That is, I always say that always prepare plan A, plan B and plan C. In case if plan A does not work, you can definitely move to plan B and plan C. So after exploring yourself, right, after giving an aptitude test, after finding out your IQ, your EQ, you can also explore the occupations. That is the occupational exploration, as I say. That is occupation number one. You want to become a personal financial advisor. You want to go for the Indian Economic Service. You want to become a lecturer in a college. You need to find it out. Then find it out the average annual salary, whether that salary would be able to fulfill your current needs, whether that salary is going to help you in your retirement plans. Everything should be jotted down beforehand. Then three things that a person in this type of occupation does. Basically, I'm talking about the job profile. What does that job particularly wants from you? That should also be clear before going for before implementing your plans. Then three things that I know about the working conditions in this occupation. Does it require working outside or indoors? If you are ready to move outside, it's good, but sometimes there are people who want to sit in a cabin, in a AC cabin, and then want to work. That things also you have to see, because let's say you have taken up a job and you are thinking that you will be sitting from 9 to 5 in an AC cabin, but your boss asks you to move from one place to another in search of something. So in that case, that job will not work. Probably it may work for a small period of time, but not over a long period of time. Then how this occupation matches your interest, matches your skills. If this works, then that occupation would be the prime thing you should go for. Same thing you will have to do for occupation 2 and occupation 3. after completing all this, after doing the occupation, self exploration and occupational exploration, then you can go for your education planning. That is, what training or degrees do you need for this career? If you want to go for the Indian Economic Services, BA Economics would be sufficient. But if you want to go for the private sector, I would suggest you to go for the BBA Economics, because therein you will be studying not only economics but also the other management subject, which may be used at one time or the other time in your entire career. Then licenses, if you need. What educational steps do you need to take to prepare for this career? That is the course of action you have to decide. Where will you get your education? You want to get your education nearby your place, or you are ready to move to the other part of the country, to the other part of the world? And that, you can say, change in the location will also require a handful amount of money. Do you have that enough money? If yes, you can go, else we are having several other options available. Then how long it will take? What will it cost? How will you pay for it? Are you going to take loan, or you are having enough money to pay the fees that also be needed to jot down? Same thing, you should go for the occupation 2 and occupation 3, and then you can make a comparative study out of that. Then you can also write down the career and educational goals. Maybe for short-term goal is to support your family, or is to have experience, to get an experience in a particular type of firm. Maybe there are several students of mine who are having their business, right? But they still want to go for a particular job to have a first-hand experience. So the career and the educational goals should be crystal clear in your mind. Similarly, you have to make a long-term goal, and then please try to complete this particular sheet. That is, these are the steps. That is, by this year I have to complete my undergrad. By this year I have to complete my postgrad. By this year I have to go for my first job, and so on. Once this checklist is completed, it says that you are on a right track. So this is all about the career in economics. Thank you for listening, and all the best to all of you for your career. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for this very informative and demonstrative session. We will ask our participant to put your question in a comment box. We will try to provide the answer by Dr. Ila Chaturvedi ma'am below the comments. And thank you so much all the participants for your active participation. Let me inform to all that this complete session will available on our Business Rozgar YouTube channel. So if you want to watch it again or want to share it somebody, please do visit the Business Rozgar YouTube channel. And last but not the least, thank you Dr. Ila Chaturvedi ma'am for taking our time for the session. With our permission, I would like to end today's session here.
Thank you so much, Sakshi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.